Hello everyone, it's Hannah from Hannah's Decodes. I hope you're all well. I'm actually in Rome, Italy, which is amazing. I've been here this is my second day, and I was here 36 years ago. And when I was traveling then, it was very different. I was 21, backpacking, staying in youth hostels. I hitchhiked, which I don't recommend. I mean, it was fine for me, but I don't know why. We were trying to save money and stuff. So this has been a very different experience. I'm here in a really nice Airbnb, and it's all been very, very nice and lovely and interesting. And I've spent the last week in Crete, and yep, so it's been amazing. So it's all been very relaxing, and I'm eating my way through Europe, basically. So I thought I'd jump on quickly. There's a creative healing I wanted to do before I left Sydney, Australia. But I thought I'd talk a little bit about some of the energies I'm experiencing overseas. And I sort of describe it as a spectrum of energies, powerful energies. And so I'll talk a little bit. I was at the Pantheon today, and that's a huge ancient building that is for worship with the Catholic Church at the moment. But it burnt down at some stage. I don't know if it was the 16th century. There seemed to be a lot of buildings that were damaged by fire, and so it was rebuilt, part of it, but I'm not sure which part. So you can sort of see there's different materials making up the building. And I went in there and sort of, the buildings are amazing because they're so huge. The columns are immense. You can't imagine how they built them back then with supposedly horse and cart and all that kind of stuff. So just, very amazing, kind of quite beautiful structures. So we walked in there with my husband and I walked in there, and I immediately felt kind of energy, almost like a tingling energy. And I do my best to keep really open about, I'm not a religious person, I'm not Catholic, I'm not Christian. And I respect people and what they believe and they practice. So I really tried to come from a neutral place and just feel and listen to my body's reaction to the energy. And I looked around, we did a bit of walking around, then we could sit on some pews, like wooden benches, and just look at the building. And the building has a huge dome, and at the top is a huge hole in the ceiling of it, so rain can fall down. And in the center of the building on the floor, it's all marble, but there are some holes so that water can drain away. And so I was sitting on the pews on the benches and feeling a really overpowering energy. And I started to think, well, am I just not used to this type of energy? And I didn't want to describe it as a negative energy, but it felt very overwhelming. And I thought of other big places where I've been at, where there's been big energy. And one of those places are probably Uluru, Central Australia, and Western Australia, Karanjini National Park. And both big energies, but quite different. Uluru was like a really, a big life force energy. I had 24 hours where I didn't sleep because I was so hyper with the energy in Uluru. And in Karanjini in Western Australia, it was a beautiful energy, just very caring. You could feel the nature, that area was very well cared for by the local Indigenous community, and you could sense that they were very welcoming for visitors, and the land seemed very welcoming to visitors, and there was just this beautiful healing, nurturing energy, and that was a big energy. But this energy in the Pantheon felt very dominating. and all the images around the church seemed dominating. These huge statues, huge paintings, huge columns, and very different to Uluru, which is huge, but just has a balance to it. The energy, and the energy at Uluru is huge. So I know some people say you shouldn't compare, but I was trying to do my best to get a reference to work out what this type of energy was at the Pantheon. And my understanding is people who build churches, or the church community, have good knowledge about ley lines within the earth, and often build churches in important places where the ley lines cross. So I got the sense that this building has had many, the energy seemed like many layers of dominance. And I don't want to offend anyone, because I don't know when it was built, if it was part of the Catholic Church or not. I haven't really looked into that history deeply enough. But I sensed, there's a particular kind of dominance within the energy, and it made me feel quite uncomfortable. And so while I was sitting on the bench, I took my shoes off, excuse me, and had my feet on the marble, and on the red marble, I felt relatively comfortable. And if I put my feet on the white marble, I felt very uncomfortable. So you know how crystals can be programmed with energy? I really felt like the whole building had been programmed with a particular type of energy. So I thought that was really interesting. And when I left, I mean, I find when I'm meditating or working with really positive energies that are quite powerful, I find a way of grounding and getting back is eating and drinking water. So we went out and we ate and we had some water, and I sort of felt a bit better. But I just thought I'd touch on that energy and the spectrums of powerful energy and how they can influence us. Sorry, I've had a cold ever since I left Sydney and I'm just sort of getting over it. So sorry if I cough here and there. So I've written notes again just to talk a little bit about the energy within there. So just bear with me for a minute. Oh, and while I was there, I was thinking, because the energy felt really out of balance to me, and I was thinking, I was doing my light love energy breath, or the quantum healing breath, which is similar. I mean, I've done white light love energy breath for many, many years, but it correlates with the quantum healing breath I've been doing from quantum healing practitioner. So I did that in there, and I've still felt like the energy was very overwhelming. And I was thinking that it would only take a little, sort of something really pure and clear to shift or create an opening or a softening in the energy. And my dear friend who exited the planet a few months ago, Lucille, she gave another friend of mine, Elaine, who I've had on this show, a Buddha bowl. And it's got a really beautiful, clear pitch. And I was thinking something like that with good intentions could really balance the energy, I felt, anyway. And I mean, there's probably people that go in there and go, wow, this is amazing, the energy's great, whatever. But I picked up something that felt a little bit uncomfortable, or quite uncomfortable to me. So anyway, so I was thinking, it was interesting just bringing in other references from places where I felt really big energy that has been very positive and grounding and you know, I know I don't want to speak out of turn, but these places that I've talked about in Australia, they do have Indigenous communities working energetically with the land, and whatever they're doing, it seems to resonate something of balance to me. So I thought talking about big energies and how the energy here in the Pantheon made me feel quite I don't want to be, I'm trying not to be negative, but maybe apart from the overwhelmingness, there was something that made me feel almost a littleness to my energy or something. And I know my energy is not little, and no one's energy is little, but I think that's part of a little bit of a manipulation or programming perhaps with this place. And I think definitely all those materials have been programmed to some degree and worked with either energetic intentions, whether that be spells or whatever, I don't know. So anyway, so I thought another thing that I've wanted to talk about, and I thought is really kind of the opposite to this experience and gets us feeling like we're expansive and a part of the collective and all that is. I thought that would be nice to focus on now. So I've talked a few times about Basha and some of his teachings, if you like, that I've heard of and have resonated quite strongly with me. One of them in particular recently was, he said, he was explaining to someone at one of his workshops the importance of who we are and what we're doing, and to be in the moment we're in is the right moment and perfect for the experience we need to have for this very moment. So, and he said something that, this is actually a direct quotation: without you, all that is would not be complete. And that made me feel a sense of connectedness and joy. And I'm wondering, it'd be interesting to know how it makes you feel if you get that. But I think it resonates on the importance of us all, and how we're meant to be here, and we are a part of all that is, and if we weren't here, all that is wouldn't be complete. So I thought that would be a really nice thing to have a creative healing about, and just contemplate on that idea and that feeling. And it's to me very inclusive and very expansive. So I think that's a really nice thing to feel and imagine, and perhaps if we have that feeling, we can walk with it in our active lives and make a difference to ourselves and hopefully the people around us. So for the first time in weeks, I'm here on my own for not very long, so I'll do this creative healing. And always remember, you can stop if I get interrupted. I might say goodbye if people come up the stairs, and you can continue on. So just sit comfortably, feet flat on the floor, hands in your lap, face up if that's comfortable, and start breathing through your nose, light love into every cell of your body, down to your fingertips, your toes. And remember, when I say light love, it's giving light a physical appearance to help with our imagination of pushing it into every cell of our body. It makes it a little bit easier to imagine that. And our imagination is powerful, and the action of the breath and the intention is the reality of light love coming into us. So while you're breathing in light and love, just contemplate on the words with this creative healing. Without you, all that is would not be complete. Just tune in to how that makes your physical body feel. To me, it almost feels like I'm being caressed or hugged, cuddled by all that is with love. I find it quite overwhelming in a wonderful way. It's so natural, and I've rarely experienced it, so it's really nice to sit in the moment and contemplate that idea and the feeling. And I think it's, if we embrace that belief that without us all that is would not be complete, I think it'd change the world. And if we are always doing this gentle belly breath full of light and love, I think we're really getting into a space, a place, a dimension, a way of living that we're naturally meant to be in. So just keep contemplating, without you, all that is would not be complete. And feel what it's like to be a part of all that is, which is our natural state. So if you'd like to continue on with the meditation, just pause here. And I hope that was beneficial. I think it's something I would like to practice further, and and trust that it's experience and a lifestyle I'll carry with me and just naturally have. I thought I'd show you the view from my window in Rome. So I'm going to turn around. Can you see? Oh, hang on. Come back over this way. There's a little balcony and little rooftops and everything. So it's quite cute. And we'll go down out the other window. I think there must be someone busking maybe, or perhaps it's just classical music. There's people in restaurants. A lot of eating happens in Rome. Eating good food. I hope I showed you that properly. Hang on. Can you see that? Hopefully. Okay. Oh, I'm in the dark now. So that's it, and I'll do my best to perhaps do another creative healing before I leave Italy, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.